Kyrk, a massive week for the club comes to a close. Michael Wimmer is the new manager of Motherwell Football Club. What's it been like for the executive board to navigate the last couple of weeks?
Intense. It's been a quick process, I think, for us. Obviously, we got Stuart's resignation on the 27th of January, and a lot happened subsequently from there. We had a kind of conversation, or I had a conversation, I should say, with Brian and the executive board, and we outlined a process at that point in terms of how we're going to go about appointing a new manager. So effectively, how that looked was a subcommittee of the exec board, myself, Brian, and Greg Anderson as Welsh Society representative. So we set down a process there. We outlined that to the Welsh Society board as well, so they were kept kind of fully up to date with everything that was going on. And then we had a quick turnaround. So I think from start to finish was around probably 12 days to get Michael into Scotland and be able to announce him this week.
You spoke about metrics and values for the club during this recruitment process that matched with Michael.
Yeah.
What were those values?
I think for us probably three key things that go back to the kind of core pillars of the football club. Firstly, kind of looking at the youth development side. Obviously, that's a big part of Michael's background and Amit's background as well, and that's something that really attracted us. Obviously, the community aspect, fan ownership, again, their background in German football, I think it really ties into that, and that was also really important. And then I think thirdly was just ambition, right? I think we're ambitious on and off the pitch. I know for me coming to the executive board, having that ambition for the club was really important, and we wanted to get somebody who had that ambition, that could take that on to the pitch on a Saturday as well.
I can't imagine it's an easy process to bring a foreign manager to Scotland. Obviously, it's well known and well documented that he was close to coming to England not so long ago, but that fell through. Yeah. What was that side of things like? Was it a longer than anticipated process?
No secret. I think Brexit's made it a more complicated process for us to bring Michael and Amit into the country. So effectively, we met Michael and Amit in Edinburgh, during the kind of second week of our kind of search for appointing someone. It was really kind of apparent at that point that these were our guys that we wanted to bring into the club. From there, we have to go through a GBE, which is a governing body endorsement process. Effectively, so fans kind of have visibility on what that is. We submit a pack of information to the SFA. They give us an endorsement. From there, that allows us to go to the Home Office and get their visas rubber stamped. So there's that whole kind of process that has to go on in the background in order to get the guys into the country and be able to bring them here. So we actually brought them into Scotland a few days before the Ross County game. I should probably go on record as saying it wasn't them sitting in the stand next to me in the director's box, it was actually my dad, so that's less than exciting. But no, they were in Scotland, and once we got that kind of final rubber stamp, we were able to get them appointed and get them kind of known to everybody and get them out there.
What's it been like for yourself and the executive board to say, it's Michael appointed, Amit is here, it's time to move forward? Because there's no secret, it's been a tricky few weeks at the club.
Definitely, I think there's no shying away from that. There's been some kind of difficult moments over the last few weeks. I guess you're always going to have that to kind of greater or less extent for the club, for the executive board. But I think it's really important now that we kind of draw that difficult period to a close, draw a line under it and move forward. I really kind of want to just emphasise, but that it was never our situation or anticipation that it was ever going to be full support tarnished with abuse towards Stuart and all these kind of things. Obviously there was a situation there that was highlighted and brought to the fore, but I just want to kind of categorically say it was never the full support, and it was never our intention to kind of ever allude to that. But as I say, now it's just really important to kind of get behind Michael and Amit as a new team, and hopefully it allows everybody to kind of come together and kind of push in the right direction.
Things keep moving forward. The next thing on the horizon is the AGM for the club. What is going on behind the scenes at exec board level?
A lot. It's been a big, bedding in period for us over the last few months. I think first of all, just kind of taking the time to, learn a little bit more about the club operationally. There's a small but really motivated staff here, which is incredible. So I think it's our responsibility as an exec board to come in, learn about what's going on, learn about the operations of the club, but also just seeing where we can maybe add value or bring in some new ideas, right? I think it's sometimes easier just to come in with some fresh eyes from time to time and see opportunities. In terms of the last year and obviously that leading into the AGM, we've got a small operational profit of 326,000. Overall, we post a loss for the year, but that's largely due to depreciation and everything with the stadium and our machinery and assets that we've got here. But overall, we're in a pretty good place, off the pitch. We're making a lot of kind of strides to close this operational gap that I think people allude to and has been kind of much talked about. There's been figures bandied about as to what that operational gap is, and there's no secret, right? That is there. But it's our responsibility as a board to look at how we can close that and get the club to stand on its own 2 feet. I'm absolutely convinced that we can do that. We've already highlighted a number of areas that we see as opportunities in order to allow us to do that in the coming period. So that's really what we're working towards now. Ultimately, what we want to be able to do is get the club into a situation that, again, our core pillars of youth development and all these things are still there, but we want to make sure that we've got windfalls that come out of the good work that goes on in the academy and all of that kind of development side, that we actually use that to grow the football club rather than just plugging an operational shortfall. We've been in the Premier League for 40 years almost, so it's really important we maintain that and be ambitious on and off the pitch as well.
Just finally, Michael's spoken this week about wanting to bring the passion from the fans and the importance of it. Yeah. Does that resonate from board level now as we push towards the latter stages of this season? Hugely,
it's so important. I think we like to be ambitious. We like to look up the league rather than looking down, and see how far we can take it. As I say, that goes the same for on the pitch as off. So no, I really hope now we can all get behind Michael, get behind Amit, and we'll see where it takes us. But no, it's a super exciting time.
Kyrk, thanks for your time.
Thank you.